students, a very good afternoon to all of you. Today we will study about swapping in operating system in memory management schemes. Now, swapping, it is a mechanism in which a process can be swapped temporarily out of the main memory to a backing store. It means the processes from the main memory can be swapped out and it is stored in a backing store. It may be a hard disk or some other secondary storage, and again the process comes back to the main memory, and this process is going out and out. So this is known as swapping. In simple words, we can say that swapping is a process in which data is exchanged between hard disk and RAM. So data is going from RAM to hard disk and from hard disk to RAM. In this, one of the most important thing is that the process brought back into memory for continued execution. Now let us understand the main characteristics of swapping. So point number one, what is backing store? A backing store is usually a hard disk. Point number two, any other secondary device which is fast in access and large enough to accommodate copies of all memory images for all users. It means we can also use any other secondary device like external hard disk, flash memories, etc. So a large amount of data can be passed or stored in a secondary device or hard disk. Now point number three, whatever the secondary devices we have used, whether it is a hard disk or secondary device, it must be capable of providing direct access to these memory images. Means capable of giving access to all memory images. Now one thing that is most important to consider is that the major time consuming part is transfer time. Data is transferred from RAM to hard disk and from hard disk to RAM, so this part is very time consuming. Now one thing you must know that total transfer time is directly proportional to the amount of memory swapped. So let us take an example. In this example we have a user process P1 and its size is 100 KB. So, and we have a backing store, that is hard disk, whose transfer rate is given by 1 MB per second. So it means, let us solve this numerical: 100 KB upon 1000 KB per second. So we will get 1 upon 10 seconds, that is equal to 100 millisecond. So this is directly proportional to this, means 100 KB, that is 100 milliseconds. Now suppose we have a main memory, and this memory is divided into two portions. One is known as low memory and the other is known as high memory. RAM is divided into two parts. So in low memory, the operating system resides. In high memory, the user processes resides. So the swapping is takes place from high memory to hard disk and from hard disk to high memory. So let us now consider the advantage of swapping. It is a useful technique that enables a computer to execute programs and manipulate data files larger than the main memory. Means a user can accommodate large programs bigger than the size of the main memory. Now, disadvantage. Excessive use of swapping is provide thrashing. Now, in thrashing, in thrashing, excessive paging takes place. Now the concept of paging I will taught you in the next lectures. So because of this, system performance gets down. Thank you very much.